Hey everybody, it's Molly Stone-Bibb, Senior Executive Unit Leader with Avon. I got a couple of requests to talk a little bit about leadership and why leadership and what do I find so fascinating about leadership in this Avon business or in any business. And I think what happens is a lot of people kind of get scared of the word leadership. It seems so big to be a leader, and in essence, it is big. But I think when you're just starting out, especially in the sales part of this business, you have to think bigger than just the sales. Taking you back, when I first started my Avon business, I already had two full-time jobs and I needed more money desperately. You know my story. So the deal is, so I started doing this and I realized finding customers, if I was out there always giving brochures out and tossing brochures in driveways and making sure that I was prepared to give somebody an Avon brochure, because to me, that's the big seller. The brochure is what does it. When I was prepared to do that, that was easy. I could do that in my everyday life. It just took me being prepared to do this. It took me being prepared to say I can't walk out the door without brochures. I can't not have something that's going to help me move my business, because I hear all the time, I can't find customers. I've been doing this like two campaigns and nobody's bought anything from me yet. Well, you obviously are not getting out there what you're doing. You're not giving them a reason to want to buy anything from you. For sure, make sure you have the brochures. For sure, look, Avon, when they first start you out, you get 10 brochures of each campaign. I get that. But you know what? I got the same 10, okay? And I'm still here 11 years later. So the deal is, in the beginning, instead of talking about, oh, I gave out my 10 books and that's it, the thing that you want to do is share the 10 books. You share them. It may take a little bit more effort in the beginning. You're going to share those 10 brochures. You're going to take them back so you can recycle them to the next person. You've heard me say that a million times. Well, one of the big things with me now is that when I first came into this business and doing this, I remember when my upline, Mary Ann Penn, really wanted me to get into this leadership thing. And to be quite honest, if she hadn't told me about the incentive that was going on where I could earn $500 if I became a unit leader, which was harder back then to do, but I said, she said she was going to help me. And I said, okay, if you show me how, let's do this, because I could really earn the money. I need it. So the deal is, what could I do that was like what I was doing with sales? I wasn't having any problem finding customers. Everywhere I went and I gave out brochures, I was finding customers. The deal was, we took a recruiting flyer. We put a recruiting flyer in every single brochure. And you guys know, you follow enough of my videos, that when I'm doing a brochure, I use the easiest thing out there. That's what I do. Yeah, I know everybody asks, well, what is on there? Well, what is on there is take me, I'm free. I do that so that no matter where I leave these or who I give them to, they realize they can take them. They're not stealing them. It's okay to take them. But this is my recruiting flyer over here, okay? This is it. This one is just 6 reasons why you should join our team. And I picked the simplest reasons that I could think of that were relatable to me, and I put them on here. I realized that no matter who I wanted to touch with the brochure, I could touch them with the recruiting flyer also. So I worked that into my business at the same time. But leadership became a little bit more than that to me. It became the extra. It was not where I made all my money, that's for sure. All of my money in the beginning was in sales. And that is how this business goes. It's the sales part of it that gets you first. It should be. And that is what we're turning people onto at first. When you think about leadership, forget the word leadership and think about sharing the opportunity. Are you a sharer? Yes. Do you share what you're doing? You share a brochure, you're going to share a recruiting flyer. What are you going to do, and how will that help you? Well, it's going to help you that if you get to the first step in leadership, you're going to start making a commission off everything those people do. Uh, Maybe that wasn't a lot in the beginning. It wasn't for me. I think my first check was like $11 or something, my commission off what they did. But here's the amazing thing. The more that I shared and the more people I got on my team, the bigger that check became. Now, my big deal was still the brochure. It was still sales. That's what kept me in this. That's what kept me going because I was building that customer base. You know, first I had one, and then I had seven, and then I had 10, and then I had 50, and then I had 150, and then I had 300. And as time went on, that built. Now, did my team build as quickly? No, it's not going to build as quickly. No matter what you hear, and if somebody tells you differently than that, get away from them. They're not telling you the truth. Building a team and finding people who are like-minded like you is not as easy. Because first of all, you got to find somebody who needs money, but not just needs money. They're willing to do what it takes. They need the money so badly that they're willing to share these brochures, because you have to find people who had a need like you did. Because if you're watching this and you're an Avon representative already, the deal in a nutshell is you don't want people who are doing this because you drag them in. You don't want people that you have to call 150 times to get them to join your team. I don't care if you're getting names from Avon. I don't care if you're getting names from an event. I don't care if you're getting names because you're setting up a little table at a yard sale. You want to share that opportunity with everybody. You want to share how this business has helped you, but you want to find the right people. Now, in finding the right people, you're going to find a lot of people who aren't the right people. You're going to find more people who are going to leave because they suddenly go, oh my God, this is work. Yeah, it is work. That's what we do. The difference is we love what we do most of the time. Sometimes you don't like it so much, but most of the time we love what we're doing. You have to find people who don't have that 9 to 5 mindset, who say, I'm going to show up at 9 and I'm going to leave at 5. And it doesn't matter if I work hard or don't work hard. Guess what? I'm still getting that $8 an hour, or whatever minimum wage is now. I'm getting that no matter what, and I don't have to do no more or no less. You gotta have people on your team who have a bigger goal than that. Because people who have just those goals of they want to just make a little bit of money means that you're not going to make much money either on your team. Now, I have quite a few of those on my team. People who just, maybe they're personal shoppers, and maybe they're okay with just making $15 or $20 every campaign, or $30 a month. I wasn't okay with that. I needed more, and I wanted people on my team who wanted more than that too. But I also wanted people who were not looking for the shortcuts in this, because there are no shortcuts in building your business at all, especially when you're talking about building a team. And there isn't anything wrong with coming into this business and just wanting to be a seller, because there is no such thing as just being a seller. That's what we do. We are a direct sales company, and we do this. We sell products. We turn people on to some of the best products in the world. It's awesome. But there's another leg of this business. So for me, the reason that I share the opportunity with everybody and give everybody on my team the opportunity to do the same is because who wants to walk with one leg? I mean, that's hard. Think about it. Think about crutches and how difficult that is, and just having that one leg to balance on. When your sales aren't going great, if you're building a team, what can happen is that can compensate for maybe your sales being down one campaign. But this was the big picture I got in all of this. I was told that this was like building your 401k in Avon, in your business. This was your residual income. What is that, Molly? What are you talking about? Residual income means you build today so that eventually tomorrow you can live on that. That, you know, why do people start any businesses? They get employees that come in And you want to be the person who is reaping the benefits of all the hard work for those years that you put into it. Look, you're going to hear stories about people who have reached the top level in Avon and leadership, and they've done it in 6 months, they've done it in a year, they've done this or that. Goody, goody, goody for them. And hey, kudos to them, especially if they're still there. But that's not normally how it happens, no matter what they tell you. That doesn't normally happen. You are working every day, every week, every month, every year towards a larger residual income. I told you my first check was probably $11, but then here I am 11 years later, and I am making over $2,100 every 2 weeks. Think about that. Think about if you could do that. That's not the same for everybody. Some people make much more than that. See, I'm still building. But this is the deal. Do you see it? It kept growing. I didn't go from 11 to $1,000. I went from 11, then I went to 15, and then I went to 50. And I remember that first $100 leadership check that was deposited into my account, not because of what I did, because I brought people into the business. I shared the opportunity through recruiting flyers. I talked to people because I listened to them. When I heard people say, "Oh, I would love to do that, but I can't go there with you. I can't go to that movie. No, I'd love to go to that play or go away for the weekend, but at the end of the month, I just don't have the money for that." Ding, 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 ding. That reminded me that this person had a need, and just maybe Avon could be the answer that would solve that need, that would fill that need for them. You have to kind of get your eyes off of you and the fact that you might like to have checks like me or some of the biggies in Avon, like Lisa Wilbur and Bondell McKenzie and the rest of them. Look, that comes with time. I know, because I've been watching these people for years, and they still inspire the heck out of me every single day. Because the one thing that we all have in common is they never gave up. I'm sure they had rough times. I've heard the stories. But they knew there was something in this leadership thing that, I sell $40,000, $50,000 worth of Avon every single year. But did I really want to do that when I was 60, 70 years old? Did I still want to run around 50, 75, 100 orders? Or did I want to have a sales business that I felt like I could handle? But everybody else that I bought on my team, they were the ones who were hungry for the $40,000 and $50,000 sales a year. Those were the ones that came into this business, and selling fit into their life, sharing the Avon products fit into their life. And because of everything they're doing, and the fact that I was there to answer their questions and direct them where they needed to go to build their business, that I was the one who learned how to push them out of the nest and say, yes, you can do this without me right by your side. Yes, you can build this business to whatever you want. And yes, you can work it around your life, your kids, your husband, your other half, whatever you want. Some people don't want to get married. You know how it is. Just they don't want to do all that. Smart people. Kidding. I love married people. I'm one of them too, okay? But whatever it is that you want to do, there's no excuse. Look, for the majority of my Avon career, I had another full-time job. For the majority of the beginning, I had two jobs, but I could still fit Avon in. There are no excuses. And I loved this a whole lot better than the 9 to 5 thing of somebody telling me when to show up. And I can remember that years later, when I could finally say, I think I'm going to quit my job. I think I'm going to give my boss notice. I think that I can do this thing full time and really work it hard, and I can build an empire. I didn't know if I could do it all at once. I wasn't that dumb. I knew I couldn't, but I knew that if I kept working hard every day and diligently gave myself goals to meet every day and every month. And I used what Avon gave me and figured out what would work towards my goals and what I didn't need to do because it wasn't going to fit in my goals or my life. I did what was good for me. And when I bring people into this business, I want to find out what works for them. What do they need it to work around? Is it their job? Is it their kids? Do they have a child with special needs? Are they taking care of their parents? Do they have two jobs like I did? Are they going through a bad divorce? I mean, there are so many things that I feel like are relatable. Do they maybe not have somebody who's real supportive who says, just watch, you're going to fail at this like you do everything else. You just watch. I'm going to sit back here and watch you fail. Well, you know what? That's reason enough to be successful in my book. Leadership, building a team. Why? Because here I am at 1:44 in the afternoon with my doggies that you keep see walking around, with my husband who is, even though he's legally blind, he is able to be home with me and help me with this business. Who thought that could happen in a few years? Because I did things in the beginning that most people don't want to do. I had to give up my time, and work my business when most people were taking weekends off. I worked weekends. When I could have been throwing my extra Avon money from selling into something else, I put it into more recruiting flyers and more books, and I did events and I paid the fees. It's all in what you want. It doesn't matter whether you're doing the sales side of this business or the leadership side of this business or both, like I am, which I love. Love my customers, love my team, love everybody else's team too, love the Avon representative. But what was I willing to do for a time, for just a time, so that eventually I could do whatever it is that I want to do? And I'm still working towards that. But this is the key. I'm closer today than I was yesterday. Definitely closer than I was 2 years ago, 4 years ago. 11 years in this business, and it doesn't feel that way. And in the beginning, I never knew that it was going to be something that would bring so much into my life. But you must give it an opportunity. You cannot quit before you even get started. That's stupid. You didn't learn to ride a bike just like that. You didn't learn how to spell just like that. You didn't learn to drive a car just like that. Some of us still trying to learn how to drive a car. You know what I mean? I don't know how these people get their licenses out there. Okay, scroll moment there. You got to give it time. Quit being upset because you've been in this business a month or two or a year or two and you're not where you want to be. I am 11 years in and I am still trying to get where I want to go. I want a team of 1,000 representatives, but I have a little less than 500. I remember when I had 3. I remember when I had 10. I remember when I had 100, and I was so freaking happy. Now I look at what I have, and it's exciting to me to keep moving those goals up. You can do this, but not if you quit every other day and stay quit. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter if you fall down at something. Keep at it. Keep at it. If something is gnawing in your gut and telling you that you know this is for you, but you just don't understand why you can't get further in all of this, that you're supposed to feel that way. I feel that way just about every day. And then every year comes along and I'm like, wow, here we go. Here we go. I'm still here. I'm going to lose 10s, 15, 20, 30, 40, maybe 100 representatives. But here's the key. I can lose 100 representatives as long as I'm gaining 101, 200. My goal is I want to bring in 2 to 3 people every single week. That's what I want to do. Does that happen every single time? No. But this is what happens when you show your success in what you're doing and you have that select few, that top 20 to 25 on your team who get it and they start doing what you're doing. And you all partner as far as sharing what you're doing, and you get together in all the social media, the Facebook groups like Onward and Success with Scola, Tuesdays with Teresa, Monday Madness. I mean, oh my gosh, Sumaza is out there and she's doing stuff, and Tawana Lyles. And I can just tell you the people that are out there that are sharing with people, and it doesn't matter if they're on their team. Reps who are on nobody's team or in my Onward group, just sharing, and we're celebrating everybody's success, and we're also embracing everybody when they fall, because that's what we do at Avon. We're one team, one Avon. We support each other's success, and we kick the whiners in the tail. And the people who have something bad to say about my company, poof, be gone. Come on, jump on this leadership train. Don't you owe it to the people you know who have a need to share their answer, our answer for our needs? Don't be scared. They're watching you. They don't tell you they're watching you. They want to see where you're going with this Avon thing. You're going to the top. They don't believe you. That's okay. The best part of this business is proving them wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm still proving them wrong. So jump on board. Don't walk with one leg. Get that other leg down on the ground. You're going to start out walking and you're going to fall. And then you're going to go into that fast-paced walk. And you're going to go, wow, I'm getting it. And you're going to try to run and you're going to fall. Then you're going to get up and you're going to try it again. And before you know it, you're going to break away in a jog in this leadership thing. I'm not telling you it's for everybody. But I think that when you want bigger things in life, this is where to go. This is where to be. So come on, let's do it. Jump on board, both feet on the ground. Let's learn together. Let's make money together. Let's change lives together. We'll see you next time. Onward, no matter what.